Good morning. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And here's Laura with the announcements.
Good morning. Today's Thursday, May 9th, and it's a white day. All Congressional Art Award winners need to meet Mr. Legge on the front steps of Fuller immediately after chapel for a photo. Student government will meet right after school today in Fuller basement. Please see Mr. Ryan if you have any questions about this brief, but so very important Spring Day themed meeting. Let the countdown begin. Today is the final day to place your bid for your favorite items in the senior auction. You have until 3 p.m. to edge out your competition for the best prizes. Good luck to all. Tropic Like It's Hot at the last dance of the year this Friday. Dancing from 8 to 10:30 in the Morse lobby with beach games on Stowe Green. $5 for singles and $3 for couples. Flip those around. $5 for couples and $3 for singles. And don't forget extra cash for the tropical treats table. Doors close at 9. Register outside guests and student life by the end of the day today. There will be a science fair information meeting next Tuesday, May 14th at 3:15 in Streeter 241. Do you have a question about something you have read, heard, seen, or learned in class? Do you think it might be useful or even fun to test your idea with careful experimentation? Are you thinking about a science topic as part of your next year's capstone research course? If so, please join us and send any questions to Mr. Eckel. The Student Athletic Advisory Council encourages you to vote for this week's Caledonian Record Athlete of the Week nominees. On the boys' side, Cage Thompson from SJA Baseball, and on the girls' side, Cassidy Kittredge from SJA Softball. Congratulations. Long before you got your name in the paper or posted on social media for your awesomeness, you were a force to be reckoned with on the preschool recess playground. Sadly, it is hard to convince people of the legend you were. There will be Duck Duck Goose next Friday at Spring Day and will allow you to show that you got game. Congratulations to this month's recipients of Chef B's Random Acts of Kindness. For the seniors, the Buhner Angel Advisory. For the juniors, the Kendall Advisory. For the sophomores, the Brown Deming Advisory. And for the 9th graders, the Stapleford Advisory. Winning advisors should pick up their box of goodies in the Streeter Culinary Kitchen after 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. What would a Friday be without Mr. Camilio's Joke of the Week? Did you know that NASA is launching a satellite to apologize to the aliens? They're calling it the Apollo G. That was good. That was good. Happy birthday today to Audrey Hartwell and Franco Millington, and a special happy birthday to Annabelle Goodwin from her advisory and Miss Loader's class. Happy birthday. Today we have varsity baseball versus Burlington at 4:30, JV baseball at Burlington at 4:30, please release the team at 1:15, JV softball at Linden Institute at 6, and varsity boys lacrosse versus BFA Fairfax at 5. Thank you, good luck, and have a nice Thursday.
Thank you, Laura. I have a few late announcements. We have a fulsome chapel today. So, excuse me. So varsity baseball lost to Colchester 2-0. Rex Hauser only allowed Colchester 2 hits during the game. Varsity softball also lost to Colchester 13-3. The JV baseball team beat Colchester 15-0. Isaiah Christie threw a complete game shutout with 14 strikeouts. Good job, Isaiah Christie. Nice work. Boys varsity tennis fought hard in a close match, but fell short by a score of 4-3 to Stowe. That was exciting. Andres Barrios Sobrino, Nick Wright, Tiago Chang, and Geronimo Mosquera put in outstanding efforts to secure 3 crucial wins. On Tuesday at North Country, the girls won the 8-team meet with wins by Riley Strom in the 100 hurdles and 3,000 meter. Lola Ide won the high jump and 200 meter, and Willa Kantrowitz the 1,500 meter. Lola and Riley joined Avon Thomas and Eiley Stratton in winning the 4x100. The 4x800 relay of Willa, Sophia Bunnell, Zoe Cusack, and Claire Stevenson also captured a win. The boys nearly doubled host NCU as Andrew Thornton Sherman won the 200 and 300 hurdles. Diego Perez won the shot put and discus. Aidan Brody, the long and triple jumps, and Tyler Demas, the pole vault. R11 won the 1500, Emmett Johnson the 3000, Oliver Johnson the 400 meter, and joining Aidan in the 4x400 were CJ Lyons, Gideon Pearson, and Andrew with a scintillating anchor leg. Good job, all the track and field. Good job. So I would like to invite Mrs. Loader to the stage to present some awards. Mrs. Loader.
Great. I don't like this to be full screen. It's okay. Good job. Okay. Sorry, one moment. Here we go. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. So today I'm so honored to be up here to talk about art. If you've had me as an art teacher, you probably know that I don't put a lot of weight in this word talent, that I know that success in art really derives from endeavor and from sometimes a lot of failure and a lot of climbing out of failure to produce works that shine. And so today, with this recognition, I want to talk about the Congressional Art Awards, which are bestowed to students across the United States in the space of visual arts. And students represent districts around the nation. And for the state of Vermont and this school, I'd like to invite the following students to stand on stage with me this morning. Grace Cashin for her work in anatomy and figure drawing with Miss Darling. Huckle Perkins for Huckle's work in photography with Miss Prevost. Tressa Miller for her work in oil painting with me, Mrs. Loader. Hi, Tressa. Margaret Williams for her work in water-based painting with Mr. Rice. And finally, Wendy Yao for her painting with me, Mrs. Loader. Is Wendy here? Great. So today, these students actually stand with me on this stage because art faculty recognize the promise in their work. And I'm so happy to say that the Congressional Institute also recognizes their work. Each of these students received Merits of Distinction last week in Southern Vermont. And I'm just so especially proud to share that Wendy Yao's oil painting, a portrait, actually, if you guys want to slide out, I don't know if you can see that, but Wendy's painting earned the Judges Award and is going to be living in the halls of the Congressional Institute in DC for the next year. So thank you. Can we give these artists a round of applause? Thank you so much. All right. Oh, is this for us? No, I don't think so. Okay.
That is beautiful. Mr. Legge, would you like them to meet you on the steps of Fuller after this? Okay, all of those who were just up here. So I have the honor of presenting 2 awards this morning. This is what Mrs. Loader was looking at and wondering if she's supposed to give them. 2 awards from the language department. So the first is to a student who's a gifted language learner who's now successfully taken both AP French and AP Spanish. I guess this is the first person who has done this here. She is genuinely curious about etymology and nuance in language and brings bright and enthusiastic energy to our classroom discussions. She sees the importance of languages, they see the importance of languages in their future work and have taken the opportunity to diversify their language study at the Academy. We look forward to hearing about their future endeavors. Please congratulate, for the Spanish and French Award, Dylan Davis. And for the award in Latin, this student demonstrated not only an excellent grasp of Latin, but also enthusiasm for acquiring knowledge and for the learning process itself. She was able to share her mastery of the language and her enthusiasm with her teammates in our classes and as a peer tutor outside of the classroom. For the Latin award, please congratulate Brooke White. Congratulations. So this morning, as we come to our final couple of weeks together this year and go off into a summer where there will be no daily reminders of this kind, I want to remind us of a couple of critical things. I want to remind us as a community of who we are at our core, at our best, and of how that informs or should inform what we do. The first is that none of us is perfect. We are all, every last one of us, including me, your teachers, your parents, your classmates, every last one of us is imperfect. We are all flawed. And because of this, we have been wanting you to think about this year, always learning. We are always learning, especially as we are fortunate enough to live and spend our days in a community where people know us and care about us, people who care about how we act and speak and treat one another. That is, we are always learning when we are at our best, if we are good community members and people, good neighbors and family members. We take each day and we see what we can learn from it. We consider what we've heard, what we've said and done, what others have said and done. We consider how we faced the world. I say when we're at our best, we're always learning because this is not easy. It is difficult to look with honesty and compassion at our own words and deeds and the words and deeds of others. It takes courage. It takes courage and respect for ourselves and for the people around us who are imperfect. It takes courage to face the world, the shield of courage. It takes even more courage to make it better. It takes strength to learn and to grow and to extend ourselves kindly toward others. It's easier to respond without thinking, without considering. We talk about this so much, the power of simple considerations. It's one of our huge potential strengths when we come together and remind ourselves of this. The power of kindness, the power of remembering to see and to care. Remembering that each one of us is not just a person here in school, sitting here in Fuller Hall, in a seat, or at the podium, or behind a desk, that each of us contains multitudes. We are every last one of us in situations that are unique. Some of those situations are joyous, and we often share those with each other. We do a lot of celebrating of each other's successes and our own, and that is so important. But some of our many situations in which each and every one of us find ourselves are not joyous, but painful and confusing, or stressful, or scary. And we don't usually share these, especially when they're confusing or embarrassing. It's hard to share them. And I'm not saying that we have to. There's learning and solace in sharing things that are hard with others, but we don't always. And this brings me to my second reminder for you as we spend these last weeks together. Please remember that we don't always know what others are enduring. And even if we know what they're celebrating or sharing, we don't know those other things. We don't know, so we should try always to assume the best of one another and treat each other kindly and carefully, even when it's easier not to. It's not just a nice thing. It's a measure of a community and each of its members, how kindly we approach each other. We all have to remember this, and it's not easy, precisely because we are all dealing with whatever we're dealing with and can be lost in these things. But kindness and the respect for others' depth and situations is the foundation of strength. So this morning, before we leave, I want to ask you to simply turn to the people on your right and your left and all around you and simply say good morning and wish each other well. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good morning. You wished each other well. Thank you very much. Please be kind to one another and be kind to yourselves today. Faculty.